Guys, welcome back to Richard's Little Travel YouTube channel. If a lot of you guys have come over from TikTok, I absolutely love you. I appreciate you. And if you've watched me on YouTube before, on potentially seen me on Richard Sales Official, which is my main reaction channel, welcome. I appreciate you guys. This is like a sneaky little channel. Like slowly and surely, a lot of people are kind of sneaking in, and I really appreciate it. But today we are here to answer one of the most requested questions when it comes around me and my travel stuff is, why do you support the Philadelphia Eagles? Where's the where's the chemistry come from? Where is the relation come from? And I'm about to give you more of a long version. Obviously, there's a short version on my TikTok. I appreciate that sometimes watching like YouTube videos can be a little bit like long, but I'm gonna try and keep this as small as I can. But I also wanna speak more directly to the camera so you guys can get to know me a little bit more personally instead of me shouting in the bottom corner, screaming at everyone. Like, I think it's nice that I can take like a little relax. Nothing's gonna piss me, actually, a lot of things do piss me off, but this is more of a calm setting. So let's get straight into it. These are all the questions that popped up. You'll see some of the questions pop up from my TikTok channel, Richard's Little Travels, on how many people were asking. Obviously, I was posting Eagles content. A lot of people wanted to be like, look, you're from the UK. Why the hell do you support a team all the way in Philadelphia? Great question, Sharon. I'm about to answer. So, last year, just before pre-season started, I watched an amazing series. I will get it to pop up on the screen right now. I don't know if it was on Amazon or Disney, but it was based around the Wolverines, which was based in Ann Arbor in Michigan, if I'm not corrected. Please don't quote me on that. And I watched it, and obviously the cinematics of it, the stuff that some of these players have to go to even, get invited to the NFL Combine or even get drafted from their college teams to move on to the NFL. Like, it's, when you look into the hard work and some of these crazy things that they have to do, you don't realize the sacrifice. It's so easy for us as fans to sit here and moan when a player plays bad or they get injured, and it's like, we only understand from the game side of things because that's what we're watching, that's what we're fans of. But I really enjoy sort of kind of like looking behind the scenes, the closed door situations, and find out what really goes on. So I watched it and I became obsessed. I've been a big football fan, or soccer, when you guys call it in the US, relax yourself, we call it football, my whole life. But I wanted something different, and I feel like the NFL really sort of kind of brought like an electric, exciting sort of like format of sport that I just never have experienced before. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to support a team. And I thought to myself, hold on, right? How can I don't want to be that guy that just chooses the best team that's winning everything, which at the time of me picking was the Kansas City Chiefs. Fair enough, I think they won like nearly two or three Super Bowls like in the space of 4 years. Like, don't quote me again. I'm still very new to the sport. I don't know as much history, but I will learn for you guys. So they were the top dogs. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles hadn't won their Super Bowl until a couple of years before. So I wasn't picking a team that was like regularly winning. I know that we lost a final to the Kansas City Chiefs, which I did watch. I rewatched the whole game because I wanted to experience what that loss felt like, not just for the team, but for me as a fan. And I was heartbroken. But at this point, I still couldn't choose. I didn't really consider other things, which I'm going to get into in a minute. So I did the typical content creator thing, and I was like, right, the first NFL team to comment on the video is who I'm going to support. Obviously, at this point, I'm a big fan of the sport. I want to get as much attention from the NFL side, whether it's the UK or the US, to get my face known in the space. Like, I want to be part of this. I'm like, just to be able to go to the games. I don't care about anything else. Like I said, I stand on my own 2 feet when it comes to things like that, but I really, really wanted to be involved. So I put a video out on TikTok, and I think in 24 hours, no teams had commented, and I was like, fair enough. What was I thinking? Who gives a shit about me? Like, let's be honest. And I was expecting that. But then obviously I knew that like if I posted this on Instagram, my Instagram comments are a little bit more like argumentative. Like, everyone gets involved and said, no, you should do this, you should do that. And I thought, cool, let me just post it on YouTube and Instagram and see the reaction that we get. A couple of hours goes past, and if we can find the comment, I will put it up on the screen right now. The Detroit Lions commented first, which I think with like a sipping tea emoji to say, yo, we're here before everyone. You haven't got a choice. Guys, I just wanted to prove to you that, look, I even went and bought the merch. As soon as the Detroit Lions commented, I went and bought merch. That's how serious I was. But obviously things changed. But I'm still holding on to it because it's a great memory and I'm still proud. I'm still proud that we had an NFL team comment on one of our videos. So shout out to the Lions. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. Genuinely last season, really, really exciting, electric team to watch. I genuinely thought they were going to go win it all. But obviously, I actually watched the Commanders and the Detroit Lions playoff game whilst I was in Philadelphia. And it was the day that TikTok got banned. It was crazy. Like, everyone's phone wasn't working. But obviously, because I was from the UK, mine was. It was like the most weird. I've never seen a room go so quiet during such a big game. Anyways, anybody watching the Commanders and the Detroit Lions game, it was crazy. If you haven't already seen the highlight, go back and watch that game. It was electric. And shout out to the Commanders, you know. Is it Richard&Danielle that I think is the quarterback? I think it was his rookie year. He was incredible. Now, as the Eagles, we played them twice, and there was two really difficult games, you know. But we stood up to them when we needed to, and we got the job done, which is amazing for the Eagles, right? But let's get back to why I picked the Eagles. So, if you guys don't already know, I work with Scrub Daddy, which is, in my opinion, you know, say what you want, I think is the best cleaning brand in the whole world. And oh, you have to say that. You work with them. No, I don't. If you guys have watched me for a long time, in the first 2 to 4 years of my career on TikTok, I was reacting to Scrub Daddy content before I ever worked with them. This is 3 years of, like, any guys that watched the Restock videos back in the day, like, they always featured a sponge, a Scrub Daddy. I had bought Scrub Daddy products way before I'd even worked with them. And it wasn't until, like, my 4th year of doing, like, social media that I was invited by the UK team to sort of kind of come down to Philly. So that was, like, my first introduction to Philadelphia. And this happened after, when I started showing interest to the NFL. And I was like, right, cool. My comments went absolutely ballistic when the Detroit Lions commented. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, and obviously, because I work with Scrub Daddy, I've got a lot of followers that are based in Philadelphia. Everyone was like, you go to Philly for work. You can't be this loyal. Like, you're always there. Why would you spend more money in traveling to Detroit? Like, it makes no sense. And you were right. There was a comment that really hit me, right? And it said, where have you traveled in the US that really feels like home for you, that you feel comfortable in, that you spend a lot of time in, where you're able to go to these games? And I was like, damn, that's a deep question. We're getting deep. Some people like it deep, but not that deep for me. But I just thought to myself, you know what, you're right. It was between Florida and Philly, but I only go to Florida once in my whole life. I do want to go again, but it is definitely my favorite holiday destination so far with me and the missus. Like, it was incredible. You guys saw the Universal video, absolutely incredible. But where I go to, you know, work with the US side and where I work with branding quite a lot is based in Philadelphia. So I thought, you know what, this just makes sense. I go there anyway. I can plan my trips around the times of the games at Lincoln Financial Field. And that was how my decision was based. I didn't really know how good the Eagles were. I watched a couple of preseason games. We were okay. We didn't start off the season great either. So for me, I was like, fuck, man, what have I done here? Like, I'm literally just going to put myself through heartbreak for the rest of my life. So yeah, that's why I chose the Philadelphia Eagles. And the crazy part about this whole story is, guys, we won the whole goddamn bloody thing. The whole thing. I experienced, as my first year watching the NFL, choosing my team, that we went on to win the Super Bowl. And we didn't just win the Super Bowl, we annihilated the Kansas City Chiefs, which were the big dogs in the bit. And we took so my first year as an Eagles supporter has been the best ever. And whilst currently I'm recording this video, we are 2-0. 2-0 for the season so far. And one of those wins was against the Kansas City Chiefs at Kansas City. Anyways, crazy amount of dopamine and experience. I'm actually going to play some clips right now for you guys just to show you what my first experiences of Eagles games was, to prove to you I'm not a fake fan. I travel halfway across the world as much as I possibly can to watch the Eagles play. So here's some proof. I'll let you guys watch that clips, and then we'll be back and we'll continue the YouTube video.
Hell yeah, we're going, baby. Let's go, bud. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go! Guys, I'm back at Financial Field, baby. You thought I weren't coming for a playoffs game? I'm a loyal brother. Yeah, look. Let it go! Hey, the GOAT himself. the GOAT himself.
Right, guys, so you just witnessed that I'm a loyal person, yeah? And you've got to remember the time zones and the time differences. A lot of the times when the Eagles play, like the 8 p.m. kickoffs, sometimes that starts at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for me, which means I'm then up till silly o'clock just to watch the Eagles. But you know what? I'm loyal. I also want to show you how loyal I am just to Philadelphia as a city, because it's somewhere where I go quite regularly. That the Eagles isn't the only place that I've decided to call home. We've gone down the routes of the Sixers. Not the best basketball team to support whatsoever. So if you watch the NBA, you know for a fact that the Sixers are not in the greatest of places right now. We also support the Phillies baseball team. Again, I know one of the batsmen. I think his name is Bryson. We follow each other on Instagram. What a legend he is. Really enjoyed, learning more about baseball. I still don't know as much as I want to, but I really, really want to go and watch a game. Still haven't watched a game. But I'm going to show you some of the things that I've bought whilst becoming like a Philly fan when it came to baseball, obviously the basketball side, and obviously American football. So I'm going to show you some stuff, guys, because I'm excited, you know. This is like a little Philadelphia haul of the things that I've collected since I've been an Eagles fan. So I collected this at the most recent game. As you can see, it says champions. You know, don't get hurt. It's the truth. Yeah, we got the ring. Relax, Sharon. You know, don't take it out on me. Your team needs to get better. Whatever. And then when we first started supporting the Eagles, Dan painted me this for my office, which I think is the cutest thing ever. She put our 2 favourite numbers, obviously Danielle's favourite number is 4 and mine is 17, because I literally say, every time I say, oh my God, I've done this 17 times, I literally use that number all the bloody time. So, moving on. As you can see, I bought this, Danielle bought this hat for me in Vegas when we did Route 66 recently, and she also bought me this. I can't remember what the store was called, but I will pop it up on the screen, because apparently it's one of one in Vegas, and the other store, from what the guys told me, is in Australia. So this isn't a big store in America or the UK. It's very Australian based, and they had some of the coolest NFL gear and some exclusive jerseys from Michael Jordan to all the old school athletes back in the day, the GOATs. They had some really old school stuff. Avrex jackets. Who remembers Avrex jackets? Anyways, I'm going to show you some of the clothes here. So as you can see, first up, guys, we have got the Phillies baseball top. So if you watched my recent Philadelphia vlog, you would have seen this piece of work, because this is good. I love this because it's so thin and it was quite hot in Philly. It was the perfect thing to wear. Then we have the Iverson old school Sixers jersey as well. As you can see, it is reflective, so you might notice that in the camera. Dan bought me that for Christmas or my birthday. I can't remember. It was one of the two. But you've probably seen a lot of this, because I wear a lot of this in my videos. We've then got the Phillies. I got this. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, just casual sort of kind of sweater that I wanted to still like match with like a lot of green trainers, you know, cargos, very casual wear. Really enjoyed it. Really wear it quite a lot, as you can see all the fluff. Then I've got the jersey that I bought myself. Everybody was like, why are you putting the back of your nose? I panicked. At this point when I bought this, guys, I didn't really know who my favourite player was. I wanted to wait a year to actually get attached to someone, and I've got really attached to the likes of obviously Saquon Barkley, Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, Zach Bourne. So I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to buy a new shirt with the player's number and the player name on my back. We got a nice Phillies hoodie here. Again, you guys might have seen this in one of Danielle's videos that we did. I also bought another hoodie because I really like my hoodies and my sweaters. Then got obviously another Sixer. I love this. I think Dan bought me this, and she's got a similar one as well. And then the legends at Scrub Daddy themselves, Scrub Daddy UK, shout out, got me a customized Rich Sales Scrub Daddy jersey. So I wore this on one of the games, and it was honestly, guys, like, it was one of the best. This is the best things ever to rock up, because everybody was like, what, is Scrub Daddy sponsoring the Eagles? I was like, no, this is just a customized top of 2 things that I love dearly with all my heart, and that's Scrub Daddy and obviously the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's my little journey and my little sort of kind of story behind why I started supporting the Eagles. I hope this answers a lot of your questions. I don't really do sit down videos and talk, so this is quite nice. I feel like this is something I could definitely do. I think I'm quite good at telling the old stories, you know. I don't sound as sexy as Tom Hardy when he does it, but I'll give it a good old go. So, guys, it has been your boy Richard Sales Official. Thank you so much for watching on the new channel, Richard's Little Travels. Please subscribe if you're new. Drop a like, drop a comment down below on maybe your stories on how you started first supporting your favourite sports team. So I'd love to know. It would be great. I'll engage with some of you guys in the comments, obviously, about some of your stories. And like I said, make sure you subscribe. welcome to the new channel and welcome to the place where we travel the world and we try new things and we also storytell. Guys, peace and love. Bye-bye.